Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program with Durka13. This is episode 11. Episode 10, if you couldn't figure out what we did already, we landed on Minimus. We got science from two different biomes. We got it from the slopes, which we are on. We started off on the greater flats over there. So now we need to get back into orbit and get our butts home. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, smartass, just go ahead and kill, or just turn off. We don't need you for this moment being. So what we're gonna do is try to get into a relatively equatorial orbit. Doesn't really matter, but that's what we're gonna try to do anyway. So we're gonna make sure our engine is turned up, which it is. We're gonna shoot off and go for a, actually we don't need surface info anymore, we need orbit info. And we're going to shoot for an apoapsis of about 10,000 meters. So, let's go ahead and do that. When we hit 10,000 meters, we're going to kill our engine. There it is. And we're just going to wait until we get to about 10,000 meters. It shouldn't take very much delta V for us to get into orbit, which will be nice. We are working on a slight budget here. Bum, 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 bum. This was exciting, guys. I really, really love landing on these other bodies here. It's fantastic. Look down one last time on our flags there. Bob Kerman, of course, the first Kerbal to step foot on a body other than his home planet of Kerbin. Thank you for your service, Bob. He's going to get the biggest parade when he gets home. Good for him. Let's go ahead and time warp until we're a little closer to 10,000. We'll probably start our burn at about 9,500, I think would be a safe spot. Even then, that's probably too soon, but we'll go ahead and burn. And we're just looking to raise our periapsis above. We want to get it fairly even, so about 10,000. And we are just... I'm so bad at orbiting, even orbiting Minimus. So we're going to go right up to 16,000, and we'll burn there. We're going to lock to orbital prograde. There we are. And as soon as we cross over the 16,000 mark, we will burn. There we are. There we are. We are technically in orbit of Minimus now. Kind of equatorial, not too shabby. So now we have to get home, guys. That could be a little rough. Let's go ahead and... I don't want Kerbal low skin. Why are you not letting me... It's really annoying. Alright, we're just going to set you as target. It really doesn't matter at this point. So what we're going to want to do is... Ooh, this is getting kind of a pain. We are substantially lower here. I think we're going to time warp until we are about here. Right about there. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, it's going to take forever, isn't it? Yeah. We can, however, do some more science, it looks like. No, we lost it. Oh, well. Alright, let's just start planning some maneuvers and see what happens here, guys. So if we do a maneuver right there, that will make us escape Kerbin. It's not what we want to do. Not at all what we want to do. So let's retrograde a whole ton here. And we just barely want to break free of Minimus there. There we are. That'll take 60 Delta V. I think we're going to go ahead and just do that. That's going to be our safest bet for right now. Let's get out of Minimus' Sphere of Influence and get back into Kerbin's. So, trusted Kerbal Alarm Clock. First, we're going to tell MechJeb to lock us to that node, which is pretty much just going to be retrograde. Or, I'm sorry, prograde. And let's warp to that maneuver, which is in 13 minutes. Alright, we're 3 minutes out from our maneuver. Delete. It's going to be a 4-second burn, apparently. And this is such a minuscule burn, I'm going to turn down our thrust here. Let's go ahead and time warp a little more here until we're closer. You call me a stickler for science, but I'm getting all these. Or at least as many as I can. Even though we're horribly close to our burn here. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, we're going to call that close enough, guys. Now remember, we're just looking to break out of Minimus' orbit here. So I'm barely going to give it a burn. Even this is going to go super duper slow. Bear with me, guys. Turn down the engine power here, so it's going to take a second longer. Bum, bum. Do, 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 do. God, this is such a fun game. I mean, every game you play is different than the last. It's awesome. Always keeps you on your toes, which really makes for a good game. Alright, should be breaking free of that orbit. Actually, we have broken free from the orbit. No, we haven't. We will in just a moment here. Shouldn't have gotten rid of that maneuver node. There we go. Now we will be in orbit around Kerbin. So, Kerbal Alarm Clock, warp us to our Sphere of Influence change. Thank you. We have 589 Delta V left to work with. I think we should be safe. Cut it a little close, but I'm confident. You call me crazy, I suppose, but I think we'll be okay. Oh wow, we're in Sphere of Influence here for quite a while. Still 2 days. Minimus does have a very strangely large Sphere of Influence for how small it is. Alright, but we're about to go back into Kerbin's Sphere of Influence. There we are, that's the alarm. And we're safe to warp through at about 50 times time warp. There we are. Apparently we could do an atmospheric pressure scan from here. Let's do it, why not? We're gonna hit M for map, and now we just have to figure out how to get home. So, which way are we orbiting? We're going that way. That's not quite ideal. 43 million? It's actually not that big of a difference. So over at our periapsis here, we're just going to go strictly retrograde. Look at that. It's no Delta V. It's fantastic. Oh yeah, we're going to be golden here. Only problem is we might hit the moon. Nope, we'll be good. Now we're going to want to bring our periapsis to about, I'm going to say 30,000 meters to be safe. 280. That's just because I have the satellite set as our target, which didn't really need to. Can I just go ahead and unset target? Thank you. $66, 42, 31. We're going to call that good enough. So for 237 meters of delta V and 14 days of our time flying to that maneuver node, we're going to get back to Kerbin. That's pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and close out on the map. Now we just have some time to kill. We have 299 days of food, water, and oxygen remaining. Our electricity will be fine because of our solar panels. Say bye-bye to Minimus, Bob. He had fun there. One thing I'm going to do, I should have done this a lot earlier in the mission, but if you hold down Alt and hit L, that locks your staging. That way I'm not going to accidentally hit space and separate our engine a bit here, just in case we'll need it, or I'm not going to open up our chutes too early. So, now we're just going to warp to our maneuver. Kerbal alarm clock. Go ahead and do that for us. Warps us pretty fast now. It's going to de-warp us. 14 days flew by, Bob, right? There we go. Perfect. We are going to have to bring our engine power back up. We're going to lock to our maneuver node, which is just retrograde at this point. So we can actually burn here if we really wanted to. And we're going to look for our periapsis to be 30,000 meters. I'd rather show it from this screen here. Let's go ahead and do it. Pretty efficient burn. Gonna get us right back into the atmosphere. That'll be nice. For not much delta V, actually. Alright, we're coming down 300 kilometers now. 300,000 kilometers, please excuse me. Alright, 79, 65. We're gonna go ahead and derate our engine just to give us a very close precision here. And we're going to stop it at 30. There we are. Well, 29. It's good enough. Smartass, if you just turn off, we don't need you. And we're going to come back to the atmosphere. And we're going to go for about 30,000 meters here. So now all we could do is warp closer to the planet. Start off like this. Man, almost no warp here. There we are. One thing we can do, I don't like warping like this, but I suppose we could give it a try. I'm going to quick save. 5, quick save number 1. If you go to the map, you could say it'll warp like right here. I've had problems where it overwarps me, but my finger is on escape, so we should be okay. Okay, I don't know if it stopped me or I hit escape, but I got a little nervous there. Hey, it's home. Let us go ahead and keep time warping. I'll stop us when we're about 100,000 meters up. There we are. 93,000 meters above the surface of Kerbin. We're going to land on the dark side. That's unfortunate, but we could deal with it, right? Okay. At this point, we're going to unlock our staging here. We're going to turn and separate. We don't need our engine anymore. MechJeb, please lock us to retrograde. Thank you. And we're going to go back into the atmosphere. We just crossed into it. It still wants me to do that damn EVA. I'm not going to do it, though. It's really scary. Maybe I'll do it once we hit the chutes. That might be a little safer. Sorry, guys. This is kind of dark, but it'll be okay. Call me nervous, but I am going to avoid time warping here. Yeah, that's the last thing I need to open up the magnometer. Now, one thing we can do is set this to show our ablator. Our ablator is our heat shield, and essentially just us going to the atmosphere eats away at it. We have to burn off 3,200 meters a second of speed. And EVA, right? No. God, that would end terribly. Last thing we need. Actually going pretty good. We're 35,000 meters up, under 3,000 meters a second. Ablator is holding up perfectly. Our engine section there is pretty far behind us, and staying pretty far behind us. I like it. Getting pretty close to the thicker part of the atmosphere here. The camera change means that we are hitting the ground one way or another. We're no longer going to possibly skip out of the atmosphere. Not that we would have at this point, but all we could do is hope that our parachutes open correctly. It would really be a shame if they didn't. And we just crossed under 2,000 meters a second of speed, and we're doing wonderfully. It's going really well. Going back to the atmosphere. I'm liking it so far. Nice and painless. Man, this is going to be a perfect end to this video, too. Alright, I suppose we could time warp a little bit here. We'll be safe. There we go. Oh, we can do a ton of stuff here. Do a crew report. A temperature scan. I'm tempted to do this EVA. I think I'm going to hold off, though. And as you all know, we can open our chutes at 250 meters a second of speed, which we're about to cross under. I'm actually going to turn off smartass here. Actually, we'll wait till we open up the chutes. And I'm just going to wait a little bit. One thing we can do is open up MechJeb surface info, and we can see our actual true altitude matches what it is here. I'm going to go ahead and kick open our chutes, and now I'll turn off smartass. I also feel safe doing this EVA now. It gives you this warning I forgot about. No, I'm going to wait until we are coasting very slowly. So when we're under 1,000 meters, our chutes will open up, and we'll be dropping so slow. 3,500 meters above the surface. There we are. There's our chutes. Now we're dropping at 5.5 meters a second. Now I feel safe doing this EVA report. For 5.5 science, hardly worth it. I guess every little bit counts. Let's time warp until we are about 100 meters above the surface. Alright, 500 meters up. We're dropping so slow. This is awesome. Couldn't have asked for a better re-entry here. Bum, 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 bum. Guys, we landed on Minimus. It's pretty awesome. Took us 10 episodes. We'll call that my poor piloting skills, though. But we did it. And now we're about to land back home. And Bob's very excited. He's happy to be home. There we are. We've landed. And apparently we could do mystery goo and material study from here as well. Why not? EVA report. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright guys, thank you for watching. This has been it for episode 11 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. I'll see you next time for episode